Welcome everyone. Today we are talking about something that affects almost every person on the planet, the way our phones and screens are quietly stealing our most valuable resource, time. This topic is called digital minimalism. And before we talk about what it is, we need to talk about what happens when you do not practice it. The average person spends over 4 hours every day on their phone. That is 28 hours every week. That is almost 2 full months every single year, gone. Not spent on hobbies, family, or rest. Just scrolling. 4 hours a day sounds like a lot. But most people do not believe it applies to them. They think, I just check my phone quickly. But those quick checks add up faster than you think. And the cost is not just time. Studies show that constant phone use increases anxiety, reduces the ability to focus, and makes it harder to feel satisfied with real life. The more we scroll, the more ordinary life feels boring by comparison. This is the problem. And today, we are going to solve it, step by step. So what exactly is digital minimalism? It is a philosophy, a way of thinking, that says, use technology on purpose, not out of habit. You choose when to use your phone. Your phone does not choose for you. The word minimalism does not mean throwing your phone away. It does not mean deleting everything. It means being intentional. Using digital tools only when they truly serve you. Cal Newport, a professor and author, wrote a famous book called Digital Minimalism in 2019. He studied hundreds of people who tried to reduce their screen time. His finding was simple but powerful: small changes do not work long term. You need a clear system. So let us build that system together. We will go through the problem in detail, then the solution, then specific steps you can take starting today. First, let us understand why this is so hard to fix. Why do we keep picking up our phones even when we do not want to? The answer is design. Social media apps, news apps, and video platforms are built by teams of engineers whose only job is to keep you looking at the screen. They use something called variable reward, the same psychological trick used in slot machines. Every time you scroll, you might see something interesting. Or you might not. That uncertainty is addictive. Your brain releases a small amount of dopamine, a feel-good chemical, every time you find something new. So you keep scrolling, searching for the next reward. This is not a personal weakness. This is science. These apps are designed to be as compelling as possible. Understanding this is the first step to fighting back. Now, the second part of the problem: notifications. The average smartphone user receives between 65 and 80 notifications every day. Each notification interrupts your thinking. And research shows that after an interruption, it takes an average of 23 minutes to fully return to deep focus. 23 minutes. For one notification. Imagine what 65 notifications do to your entire day. Okay. Now we understand the problem clearly. Let us talk about the solution. Digital minimalism works in 3 stages. Stage 1 is awareness. Stage 2 is reduction. Stage 3 is replacement. Let us go through each one. Stage 1, awareness. Before you change anything, you need to know the truth about your habits. Most people are shocked when they see the real numbers. Here is your first action step. Every morning, before checking your phone, write down how much time you think you spent on your phone yesterday. Just guess. Write it in a notebook. Then, check your phone's screen time report. On iPhone, go to Settings, then Screen Time. On Android, go to Settings, then Digital Well-being. Look at the real number. For most people, the real number is 2 to 3 times higher than their guess. This moment of honest comparison is powerful. It creates motivation that no lecture can create. Do this for 3 days in a row. Just observe. Do not change anything yet. Just see the truth clearly. Stage 2, Reduction. Now you are ready to start making changes. But here is a critical warning: this is where most people make their biggest mistake. Studies show that 70% of people who try to reduce screen time fail within the first 2 weeks. Why? Because they try to use willpower alone. They tell themselves, "I will just use my phone less." But without changing the environment, willpower always loses. You cannot fight a slot machine with good intentions. You need to change the game. Here are specific, actionable steps for Stage 2. Step 1. Turn off all notifications except phone calls and messages from real people. Go into every app, Instagram, YouTube, news apps, email, and turn notifications off. Do it right now, today, before this video ends. This single action reduces daily interruptions by 80% for most people. It is the highest impact change you can make. Step 2. Remove social media apps from your phone. Not your life, just your phone. You can still use Instagram or Facebook on a computer, with intention. But removing the app from your phone eliminates the unconscious, automatic checking. If this feels too extreme, try a middle step: move all social media apps into a folder on the last page of your phone. Make them harder to reach. Friction is your friend. Step 3. Create phone-free zones in your home. The most important zone is your bedroom. Charging your phone in another room at night is one of the most powerful habits in digital minimalism. Why? Because 79% of people check their phone within 5 minutes of waking up. This immediately puts your brain into a reactive state, responding to other people's agendas instead of setting your own. Starting your morning without your phone changes the entire quality of your day. Step 4. Set specific times for checking email and social media. For example, once at 10 a.m., once at 1 p.m., and once at 5 p.m. Outside of these times, you simply do not check. This is called time batching, and it is used by many of the most productive people in the world. But here is what almost no one talks about. Reducing screen time creates a problem that nobody warns you about: boredom. Real, uncomfortable, unfamiliar boredom. And most people panic when they feel it. They immediately reach for their phone to fill the silence. This is the moment that decides everything. Because boredom is not actually the enemy. Boredom is the doorway to creativity, rest, and genuine thought. Your brain needs empty space to process, to dream, and to recover. When Cal Newport studied people who successfully reduced their screen time, he found one thing they all had in common. They did not just remove digital habits. They replaced them with something better. This brings us to Stage 3, Replacement. Digital minimalism is not about suffering. It is about trading low-quality time for high-quality time. Every hour you take back from your phone is an hour you can give to something that actually matters to you. Here is how to make replacement work. Before you start your reduction plan, make a list of 3 activities you enjoy or used to enjoy that do not involve a screen. Maybe it is reading physical books. Maybe it is cooking, walking, drawing, playing an instrument, or having real conversations. Write these 3 things down. Put the list somewhere visible, on your refrigerator, your desk, or your bathroom mirror. When you feel the urge to pick up your phone out of habit, look at the list instead. Choose one thing from it. This is not about being perfect. It is about building new patterns, one small choice at a time. Now let us talk about common mistakes, because knowing what not to do is just as important as knowing what to do. Mistake number 1, trying to do everything at once. Many people hear about digital minimalism and immediately delete all their apps, set strict rules, and try to transform overnight. This creates stress and almost always fails. Start with just one change, turning off notifications. Do that for 1 week. Before adding anything else. Mistake number 2, not telling the people around you. When you stop responding to messages instantly, some friends or colleagues may feel confused or even offended. Be honest with the people in your life. Tell them, I am checking messages at specific times now. I will always respond, but not immediately. Most people will respect this when you explain it clearly. Mistake number 3, treating weekends as a free pass. Many people reduce their phone use during the week but spend all weekend scrolling. This undermines everything. Your brain needs consistent patterns to form new habits. Try to maintain your basic rules 7 days a week. Mistake number 4, measuring success by perfection. Some days you will pick up your phone too much. Some days you will scroll for an hour without thinking. This is normal. The goal is not perfection. The goal is a general direction. One bad day does not erase a week of good habits. Mistake number 5, forgetting why you started. After a few weeks, the motivation from the beginning fades. This is natural. This is why you need to revisit your why regularly. Why do you want more time? What will you do with it? Write this down and read it once a week. Now, let us zoom out for a moment and look at the bigger picture. When you practice digital minimalism consistently, something surprising happens after about 3 to 4 weeks. The constant low-level anxiety that you may not even have noticed, the feeling of always being slightly distracted, slightly behind, slightly overwhelmed, begins to fade. People who have gone through this process often describe it the same way. They say, I did not realize how stressed I was until the stress went away. Your attention span improves. Your sleep improves. Your ability to enjoy simple things, a meal, a conversation, a walk, comes back. Things that used to feel boring start to feel genuinely pleasant again. This is not magic. It is simply what happens when your brain gets the rest and space it was always designed to have. Okay. You now have the full picture. The problem, the solution, the steps, and the mistakes to avoid. Let us end with something practical, your 7-day digital minimalism challenge. Day 1, check your screen time report. Write down the real number. No judgment, just awareness. Day 2, turn off all app notifications except calls and direct messages from real people. Day 3, move your phone charger out of your bedroom. Charge your phone in the hallway or kitchen tonight. Day 4. Delete or move social media apps. Put them in a folder on your last phone screen. Day 5. Write your list of 3 screen-free activities you enjoy. Put the list somewhere you will see it. Day 6. Set 3 specific times to check messages and email. Stick to only those times today. Day 7. Spend 1 hour doing something from your list with your phone in another room. Just 1 hour. Notice how it feels. At the end of 7 days, check your screen time report again. Compare it to day 1. Most people see a reduction of 1 to 2 hours per day within just 1 week. 1 to 2 hours. Every single day. That is 7 to 14 hours per week returned to your life. So here is the question worth sitting with: if you had an extra hour every day, truly free, truly yours, what would you do with it? And what has been stopping you from having it until now?